we'll try this and see if it works. I'm gonna try to record this. So I don't know what it's gonna look like, but see, is it out of gear? Should be. I've been cranking on it. Yeah.
It's in a hole, kind of. It's gonna take some pushing to get it up out of here.
It's dragging, but
let's rock it back in its hole and then go forward.
All right.
Give it a good momentum.
There we go. Not easy, man. There we go.
A little easier. Yeah, give it a good run and go to get it up that hill and over that pump. Run with it.
Almost. Dang it. We'll roll it back a little bit. I was afraid this door was going to hit me too.
Can you roll it down? Drive it?
Yeah. That's what I should have done in the first place, man.
Move this.
Whew. Almost. We're dragging something.
Let's go. It's just all this wood. You'll straighten the wheel up a little bit, or it don't matter. Well, let's just come all the way out where the back tire or the front tires. Around the front, we can get a pump
Okay.
run and go with momentum. Yeah, hang on. Really right on the wood, bro. But it's kind of it's something crazy.
You ready? Got it. Whew.
Yeah, I think it board broken. The bottom.
There's your floor pan.
Wow. Hey, making money already.
Look at that. What year's on it? 1987. Almost a year old born.
Fan going in here. That'll help.
Well, now I don't know if it looks better or worse now, Matt. Well, that's a good sound. Got your dirt dauber's nest in it.
It's just a bearing.
Shoot some dirty 40 and it'll be how it walked up.
Yeah, it's caught too many paint fumes. Paint over spray, sucking it in. Here, I will spray it.
Yeah, a little W40 in those bearings. I don't even think they use bearings. They just use sleeves in them. Let's see if I got any treasures that was left under the car. No? Alright, we got Mossy Oak pushed into the shop here, but I think we've about decided to roll it back out and pressure wash this one before we start work. It's just so grimy here, but you can just see once again why it's named Mossy Oak. Got some nice moss growing on it here. I took some GoPro footage of us pushing this thing in here. I don't know how it worked because I just got a head strap on it and I'm getting used to the camera, but yeah, I think we're going to wash this guy before we start on it. It's just pretty nasty. I think we lost the floor pan when we pushed it in here. course, I started work on that car over here as well. Getting the bolts out of it. That's why my wrench is stuck on there. And let these things soak with some PB Blaster. They're stuck in there pretty good. We're deleting the bumper on this one. Gonna probably put a thin bumper on it. But actually, Matt owns this car now. Because like I said, man, he's been splitting everything, so he paid my half of this car. So he owns this one. He's gonna make him a nice E to drive. And but anyways, let's get this car rolled out. Once I get this car back in here, I'm going to start dropping the fuel tank. I'm going to start working on the actual, just do a good evaluation of our fuel system. Because as you know, we've been putting fuel in the carbs, and we got this thing to run. It skips really bad, but I think that's where we're going to start with it. Is just getting all that set up and cleaned up. So once we get this thing kind of cleaned, it won't be as bad. I did block off that vacuum line I was having issues with the other day. I was trying to crank this thing, but I got to through all this, and we got a mess. I'm probably going to cover up the carburetors, and we're just going to wash everything because it's pretty grimy, and there's a bunch of dirt daubers nests and all kinds of stuff. But me and Matt will get rolled out here and start pressure washing this thing. Alright, we got this thing all washed. It looks way better. It's no longer Mossy Oak anymore. Got some weight reduction going on a little bit. Now you can actually see the car instead of all the moss and mildew. And I'm going to open up the doors, let air out a little bit. The sunroof does leak, by the way. Yeah, we got the engine washed a little bit here. Let's get some of that crud out of the way there. Looks a little bit better anyways. Cover the carbs up. Anyways, now we're going to start on this thing, and like I said, I'm going to start with the fuel system so I can get all that addressed, and then once we get it kind of running on its own, we can kind of see what we want to do with it. So I got some compression tests and things to do with that engine as well. I know it has blow by because I saw it. But anyways, looks better. Alright, Mossy Oak is back in the shop after the wash. We let it dry outside for a little bit, but it's starting to rain out there, so just kind of rolled it back in here. It's not like it's not been wet 30 years. We got the windows down, everything. Just gonna let it kind of air dry a little bit. I'm gonna put that fan in it. But looks much different than it did. But now what I'm about to do, I'm about to jack it up, get out of the car, pull the fuel tank, and kind of get an idea of how it looks. Gonna disconnect our, well, I already got the fuel lines disconnected at the front. So I'm actually gonna blow air back through the lines, make sure they're good and clean, and kind of get we can actually run fuel in this car off the system when we get to that point. Just kind of see what we've got. Alright guys, it's actually next Friday here. I didn't get a chance to record everything last Friday, but I got the tank out and got it actually at the house. I recorded that separate, but let's get under the car and take a look at this thing, because I hadn't really looked at it myself. I just stuck my light under here, and we'll see what it looks like. Let me get down here. Alright, we're now laying under the car here. It looks pretty solid at first glance. The spare tire, everything looks good there. The frame rails all look really good. If I can get the lighting right. Got a little surface rust on these quarters, but these rear quarters, lower quarters look good too. They're not all rusted out either. I was kind of expecting to see them gone. This car still has the original pulse pump. It's been bypassed, as you can see. But that's the same way on the 260. It uses a very similar kind of pulse pump setup. We've got the R180 rear end, it looks like, which is factory for this car. Yeah, this rear quarter here, lower quarter, is good too. It's all solid. This car is really not that bad. Just looking at here, I mean, like I said, just some surface rust, but nothing could be cleaned up. Looks like our inner fenders are in good shape there too, on this side at least. Pretty much the same fuel rail layout as the 260 I showed you guys. The only difference I do see is that the 260 used a larger fuel line going to the carburetors. These are a little bit smaller line. Let's take a look over here. Yes, this side here looks pretty good too. Just looking at the upper piece of the, yeah, that's all still solid. Inner tire well looks good there. I think we've got ourselves a pretty solid little car here, just looking at it. Now the floorboards, that's a different story. I can tell just by looking under the car that the floorboards are gone. There's a Nissan sticker on this thing. Let's see what that says. Nissan genuine parts. So evidently the rear end has been out of this car at some point. We still got a sticker on it. Looks like where they replaced the differential mount. Huh. How about that? That's kind of neat. Still got a sticker on it. Genuine part. That is the R180 rear end. Looks like the half shafts are still in good shape on this car. I don't know how the U-joints are in them, but a little exhaust pipe. Yeah, the floorboards though. I don't know if you guys can see this in the camera too well, but just looking under the car, definitely is going to need some floor pans for sure on both sides. We actually drug that one out when we're bringing this car in, as you guys had seen in that little GoPro footage I had. Yeah, but not bad. Not a bad looking little car. Let's move on, because right now I'm done back here till I get the tank cleaned. I've got to do the tank cleaning. But I did look inside the tank when I got it home. It looks like it's in good shape. It's just got some surface rust in it, which the rust treatment I've done on other cars, as you guys have seen on like the 200SX and that kind of stuff. I'm doing the same treatment as that. It'll be the same treatment. Yeah, the only damage I see back here, let me get up here real quick, is it looks like the bumper got pulled at some point. Looks like it pulled the bolts out of the bumper. Let me get comfortable here, hang on. That's the only damage I see. This is not all rusted out though, it's still solid. It just looks like something tugged on the bumper pretty hard, which is probably why we don't have a rear bumper on this car. This side here still has one of the bolts in this side, but that one's missing. So I think that's what happened to the bumper. I think it got ripped off the car. But I mean, the lower valance on the rear is in good shape though. It's all still structurally sound, which is kind of rare. You don't see that too often. I mean, it's dented up pretty good, but it's still there. And of course, I don't know if I showed this yet or not, but all the areas here look pretty good. It's got some surface rust, but it's still there. So I'll tell you what, I'll bring my light up here. Let me get this light. Of course, it's hard to see with all the crustiness there, but this piece is still in pretty decent shape. It's got just a little bit of rust starting there on this side. It's a little bit deeper, but still there. I have seen these cars, well, in fact I'll show you in a minute. A lot of times these things are just completely gone. I'll go show you an example of that right now. This is how they typically look. As you can see, they usually get eaten up pretty good there. This is commonly how I see these cars. When you pop the trunk lid, it looks like that right there. Just a good reference there for you, what I'm used to seeing with these cars. On that note, I think we'll start cleaning this thing out and just kind of seeing what this car looks like inside. Better evaluate the car from the inside outward. But just looking at the back, this car is definitely worthy of, you know, getting it fixed up a little bit here. Distributor. It's locked up. We got a distributor. Well, it ain't locked up. It still turns. Missed all the points and everything, but that is a distributor. I got a good bit of this car cleaned out. I had to go help Matt with some stuff, so I didn't get as much done on this car as I wanted to. But I did get it down here to where these speakers were installed, as you can see. But I had to deal with stuff like that, which is pretty nasty. So I got to clean all this out. Got to bring a shop vac and vacuum all this out really good. And we'll pick up on this another time. But I'll show you another thing I've been working on as well here. So I had to remove the taillights from this car. This is the 76 model that we got. Basically had to just kind of push everything back. It was full of basically potting soil at this point. It's really nasty, but the trunk couldn't open. Couldn't get it to unlatch. It's all seized up. And if you look down here, you can see all the rust residue. Here's our trunk lid. So I got it all apart. Surprisingly, the struts are still good on this car. As you can see, that's all, I mean, that's just rusted up. yeah, this is all seized up. I had to just work it off there. But I got the tail lights we needed. Actually, I'm going to take these tail lights and some I bought and mash them together and make some really nice sets for my 260. Because the 260 has some, but they're in not real good shape. So I'm going to use the probably the tail lights, but I'm going to take the actual outer trim pieces and use those with my tail lights for the 260. But yeah, it's pretty rough, as you can see. It's nothing but rust. But anyways, guys, I'll have some more videos. This will probably do it for this one, but got a lot of stuff going on, as you can see, and just working through what we can on these Fridays I work. And here's the fuel tank out of Mossy Oak. I'm going to show you this real quick. I got it brought home here. Hadn't started the rust treatment yet on it, but I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. It's actually not too bad. It's got a lot of rust in it, but it's not. There's nothing that won't clean up. I don't know if you guys can see down there. No, I don't have the sending unit pulled. It's kind of hard to see in there, but it's not real bad. Just needs a good deep cleaning. It does kind of have that rain stick effect. If I turn it up, you'll kind of hear it. You kind of hear it there. So it's kind of like a rain stick a little bit. But it did take some damage, just like it got hit right here on the corner. And then also, if you look at the back of it, it's got a bend right here. But overall, it's not a bad tank. It's in good shape. It should clean up really well. Yeah, you can hear all that stuff rolling around in it now. It definitely got some dents in the bottom of it. But not bad. I mean, like I say, I've seen worse. But anyways, that's the tank out of Mossy Oak. I'm going to clean it up and do some rust treatment to it and get it all fixed up. And it'll go back underneath Mossy Oak. I really should have took a video of this before I did all the sanding and prep work, but these are the trim pieces off the old rusty 280Z I took off at our collection, and just got them sanded and prepped, and I got them painted here. As you can see, this is the other side here. I'm trying something different because all the chrome, these are actually like it's plastic, but it's got like a chrome plating on them, and all that was peeling off, so I tried some experimentation here. I just sanded them out really good and primed them, and I used a silver paint. And it doesn't look bad. It's not chrome like they should be, but you know, I don't think anybody's reproducing these things yet. That's the problem. You can find the 240Z parts, but you can't find the 260 or 280Z trim pieces for the taillight as reproductions yet. At least not that I know. If you guys know a place, please put it in the comments. But anyways, the color of this is actually a California Datsun product. Right here it's called Gray Metallic. That's what I used. I think that's the part number. It's a 030320026 for those that are curious. That's what I used for this thing. But the reason I'm using these and not the taillights for the 260 is because this car was evidently rear-ended at some point, and it actually busted all this loose in a taillight, and it's cracked pretty good back there. The taillight's fine. It's just this outer trim, and then this one here's got a crack up here in the top. It's all coming apart. But now the taillights, they look pretty good. I think I'm going to clean those up really good and use those. But here's that kind of that chrome issue that you can see what I'm talking about. It actually peels. That's the example of it. You can see it's actually plastic underneath that chrome. It just peels away. You can see it real good right there. It just flakes away on these things. But anyway, I thought you guys might like to see what those turned out to be. I did that before I finished editing the video. But I'll move these out of the way, and I'll show you a little bit more of what's going on with the 260 real quick. Set this over here. So something else I'm working on is our evaporative tank. So I took this out of the green 240Z. I'm going to be using it because I found out the 280Z tank is too large. It doesn't fit in this cavity. It's actually got a different measurement between these holes to your mounting hole right here. So I'm going to be adapting this tank to work in this car with the 280Z fuel tank. So there's a lot of modifications going on back here. But I do have the fuel tank in. I don't know if I've showed you this yet, but I've got the fuel tank in. I've got our fuel pump in for the 280. I'll just lay down here and show you. So you can see I don't have my light, unfortunately, but I'm going to put new hose clamps, so ignore these hose clamps. I just got everything kind of laid out here. But that's our 280Z fuel pump. Brackets, all that bolted right into the 260, no problem. And so we got our fuel system in the back just about complete. Like I said, that's a 280Z fuel tank, which it fits. It's got one little change back here to this. This bracket here's moved over just a slight hair. So it looks a little weird as far as where that line is on the tank. But it fits in there just fine. I'm not real worried about it. It's still good and snug in there. It's not going anywhere. And also, I'm not sure if I showed you the rear bumper yet or not. I got the rear bumper installed. It's a 240Z style bumper. Early 240 bumper. Actually, those are made in Vietnam. Ordered them off eBay. Man, I probably ordered those things like 4 years ago, 3 years ago. And they weren't real cheap, but they look really good. So this car's going to look really good with those bumpers and everything. But anyways, just want to give you some updates here. Also, I got our fuel neck installed. I'll show you that real quick as well. I got my lock and gas cap on there. So all that's cleaned up. Got the little splash guard. And of course the fuel neck inside that's from Resurrected Classics, the new fuel neck. But anyways, just want to show you that real quick as well. But appreciate you guys watching. There'll be more on these cars to come here very soon. We're making some good progress on this stuff. But you guys take care, and we'll talk to you guys soon.